Nice shiny brand new pegs. Bruh, what on earth am I doing? Whoa, there's a bee trying to come in, there's a bee in. This tent is seriously underrated. I mean, I've only found one other review of these bad boys on YouTube, and even then it was only a couple minutes long, nowhere near as thorough as this is.
I feel good, you look great, so catch me if I fall.
Hi folks, so today I'm going to be pitching and reviewing a Berghaus Adhara 300L tent. But first, let's do a quick unboxing, or unpacking. So there we go then, here we have our outer, our inner, our poles and our pegs. As you can see with this particular tent, you store the fly sheet separate to the inner layer. And well, some people may well peg out the inner first, get that nice and taut, before you then start putting the outer up around it and connecting the two. I, however, am going to put up the fly sheet first, get that poled and pegged, and then we'll clip the inner in and peg that out. Let's get on with it. Time-lapse time. Important thing to check, are your poles all the same length, same shape, etc. Because if they're not, then certain ones will have to go in specific places. Like with this, two sets look the same, one set looks different, so I'm going to guess that this separate set goes in the middle. Oh, they're all three poles are actually the same length. While you're going backwards and forwards putting poles in, make sure you're not walking over the canvas as it can damage it. Also make sure you put something heavy on your bag so they don't start flying away like this one just did. There we are, so that's all three poles in. I'm now going to start clipping them in place, starting at the back and working my way forwards. So now that all three poles are in place, let's get it up and get it pegged. Nice shiny brand new pegs. Bruh.
You may find yourself re-pegging parts of your tent a couple times to make sure the canvas is really nice and taut, and this is absolutely fine.
Here we are then, so that's the fly sheet set. At this point you would of course peg out your guy lines, but for the purposes of this video I'm not going to bother. This is just a quick setup showing you what's what, and it's not that windy today either. So now let's get the inner, well, in. This is the back, isn't it? Yep, I knew I'd unfold it the wrong way around. But that's the side. I've unfolded it even more the wrong way round now. What on earth am I doing? Just going to show you guys this bit because it's very fiddly and it took me a long while to work out, so I'll save you the trouble. So basically you've got a toggle that goes into a 2-loop bit here, same again on this side as well with this one. The two toggles at the front are so you can connect another ground sheet to fill in that area. Then down here you've got a further toggle on this side where the door is. That goes into the smaller cord loop, the bigger one you would then potentially peg down. And then on this side it's different. So this toggle goes into just a single loop on this side, then you've got a double loop one on there, and then you've got these clips, 4 of them on this ground sheet bit, and they go into these metal rings just down there, which are the, actually this one should be easier to show you. these metal rings here, which the pegs go into, and which have the little clips that go into the poles as well. So yeah, so these clips here, they go on just like that, alright? It is very fiddly and hard to work out the first time you do it. All the other clips for the inside should be easy to work out though. Alrighty then, you guys ready to see the finished result? Here we go. So, you've already seen the outside, and as I've said, I've not bothered to peg out the guidelines. However, if I did, that would make this canvas that bit less flappy, of course stopping water from sitting on it, and make it less noisy in windy conditions. But anyway, let me take you on inside through, well, which door should we pick? Because we've actually got two. We've got one on the side here, and then this lovely big one on the front as well, giving you lots of options, which of course is great. We're going to come in through the side here. As you can see, we've got this lip on the ground sheet, which is to stop wind and crud and all that nastiness getting inside. Speaking of the ground sheet, as you can see, it doesn't cover all of the porch floor, which at first I wasn't sure about. But actually it makes a lot of sense, because if you've got wet boots and wet gear that you don't want to muck up the inside of your tent, then you can put it on there. Or on the flip side, you can put a chair on there, roll up the front door, and enjoy the sun from the comfort of your tent. As you can hopefully tell, the Adhara 300's porch is a really decent size. Not just width-wise, not even just length-wise, but also height-wise. I'm a pretty tall fella, and in the tallest point, I can almost stand up straight. Well, that brings me on to a few of the reasons why I chose this tent. You see, I've camped in some pretty small tents, and crawling around on the floor with no elbow room, no room to stand up or anything while you're trying to get changed is bloody awful. So having the ability to be able to put on a pair of trousers without being lying on the floor, scrabbling around all over the place, that's great. That is something that I was really keen to try and have.
I've also slept in a 4 or 5 man tent on my own, which was too big, and I got really cold in because there was just too much space for my body heat to warm up. Therefore, I was cautious of getting a tent too big, not just too small.
Another reason why I went for this tent is because, being a Berghaus, it has lots of features, such as lantern hooks, vents to let air in but keep bugs out, a couple windows at the front of the porch. I've rolled down the cover on this one to show you what they look like, but then this one here, as you can see, I've left the cover up. Pop this up at night to keep light out. And speaking of keeping light out, let's head back into the main body of the tent, which features this super special Nightfall technology, which basically means it is super dark back here. I'll just do this door up to demonstrate. Yep, it is incredibly dark here. Don't get me wrong, it's not pitch black, but it's a tent. It's never gonna be. But for a tent, this is pretty bloomin' dark back here. And that was something else that was really, really important to me, because I am very easily disturbed by daylight, you see. And so having a tent that's just that bit darker means my quality of sleep when camping is going to be that bit better. Further features include this drop-down hatch here to, again, let air through but keep bugs out. And you've got another one back here too. Furthermore, we've also got pouches back here, 3 on each side, and we have further pouches just on the outside of the inner door here. If you are in the market for a 3-man tent, whether that be 3 buddies trying to cram as much in the smallest tent possible, or a couple going away for a little camping trip, or even just someone going on a solo trip who likes to take a lot of stuff, then absolutely, please consider the Adhara 300L. The Nightfall technology is great. It's got a super big porch for this class of tent, got a whole bunch of features. It's pretty easy to put up, although the 10-minute claim time is ambitious. And of course, Berghaus is a top-of-the-range brand, which means it's a good quality tent, and it should last you a long time, so long as you look after it. This tent is seriously underrated. I mean, I've only found one other review of these bad boys on YouTube, and even then it was only a couple minutes long, nowhere near as thorough as this is. And that's another reason why I wanted to make this video, to show people how good this tent is. No, I'm not sponsored by Berghaus, by the way. In terms of specs, these are on screen now. For comparison, I very nearly bought the Coleman Kansas 3 instead of this, but the Kansas 3 has a much smaller porch which can't fit anywhere near as much stuff in, and also while you can kneel in it, which is still decent, you can't almost stand up like you can with the Berghaus Adhara 300. That Coleman also isn't as dark inside, and just doesn't have as many features as this Berghaus, which for not a lot more money, you get a heck of a lot more tent for.
However, the Outwell Kansas 3 is lighter to carry and quicker and easier to put up and take down.
Anyway, enough waffling. Let's get this tent down, shall we? Speed run time. Good trick while you're pulling out poles. Fold them as you're pulling them out. Just means you're doing two jobs in once and saves time and effort. That method's obviously a lot easier if you've got two people. One person pushing the other person, like collapsing them as it comes out. Now, there's going to be several different ways to pack a tent into a bag. However, the way that I find works the most and the best is to fold your tent piece or pieces into thirds and then line it up with the bag. Make sure that it's the same width of the bag, which in this case it is, luckily. Then I'm going to put one piece of the tent on the other and then roll pegs and poles in to keep it nice and tight and in a cylindrical shape. And that way everything's packed in together. You don't have to worry about ramming poles and pegs in separately once you've got the whole tent into the bag. It's all one entity, just makes it easier to pack. Moment of truth. And it's not going to fit. I don't think I folded the inner quite tight enough. Let's try that again. There we are. So, 1/3 in. I'll be flying over the top. Tuck the excess underneath the thing. That should make it a bit tighter. There we are. How does that compare to poles? Still a little bit wide in the centre. Let's try that.
A few moments later.
Well, folks, second attempt's a bit better. Not sure it's going to close though. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm normally actually really good at packing tents away. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you with that. What I'm going to do though is thank you very much for watching this video. Wish you well. And we'll catch you in the next one, wonderful people. Bye for now.